Hello and welcome to your number one horror podcast on Pornhub, Getting Off. I am your host, the patron saint of podcasting, the warden Matt Ritter, and I am here with my co-host. How many nicknames you want today?
However many you want, sir.
I'll give you a break. She is host of the She Lead Showcase Inside the Mind of In the Crowd and Storytime with the goddess of the gangland, Miss Katie Kinsey, baby.
That's me. Hello.
How you doing, Katie? Long time no see.
Crazy. It's like I didn't just see you yesterday.
Twice.
But no, I'm good. Did Young Kings earlier today.
Oh, look at you. Just trying to catch up to me with that week that I did like 9 podcasts straight. You're like, fuck that. I can't let Matt work harder than me.
Well, no, it's okay, because tomorrow is my last one until Thursday. So, hopefully. So, fingers crossed.
What's going on, Gore Girl? She is a Gore Girl, so
Yes, me.
she's a girl that loves her gore. And Jaxpo. What's up, Jaxpo?
Hello.
For those of you who are unaware, Katie and I are doing a full spoiler review of The Nun 2, of the very first episode of Chamber of Horrors from WWE's YouTube, featuring Shotzi and Scarlett, and our thoughts on that. And we had a little special YouTube pick, just to make sure we filled everything out today. No One Will Save You, which was not the movie that I thought it was going to be when I started it. Within the first 10 minutes of it. We're going to talk about that.
It took some turns, to say the least.
Let's start there. Let's start with No One Will Save You.
Okay.
So I saw this, and my first thought, I don't know if I guess I didn't watch it. Like I'm assuming I thought I'd watched the trailer or something, but apparently I didn't. My first thought was like, this is going to be a home invasion movie. Like something happened, these people are going to come and fuck with her. Like that's what I thought. That's what I wanted. And then you get to the part to like where after she goes in town and she's like hiding from everybody and you don't know why, and she gets back into her house. There's something in her house. I thought it was like a demon in her house. So then I'm like, oh no, this is like a paranormal like demon movie, like something evil got into her house. Mm-hmm. Was not expecting it to be an alien abduction movie. Was not expecting the movie to have zero fucking dialogue except for 2 lines the entire fucking movie.
Yep.
Which were, I'm sorry. What the fuck was her friend's name? Yeah, I'm sorry, Maud. Yeah, how do I forget the name Maud? Who the fuck names their child Maud anymore? But anyway.
Maud Apatow. Judd Apatow's kid. She was in
like
Euphoria.
I said, who the fuck names her kid Maud nowadays?
Stop.
She was in a Euphoria?
Yeah, not this girl, but like
no, I know Maud Apatow. Yeah, no, I didn't think she was old enough to do stuff like that. That makes me feel really old because I still remember her when she was like 7. And yeah, great.
Yeah,
like she's silent, like not silent. Like it's not like she can't speak. She's not anything like that. Gore.
You saw Hush, right?
Yes.
This is it with obviously minus the aliens, but this is what it reminded me of.
Right, but at least in Hush, the girl physically couldn't speak. She could speak. There was just nobody to really talk to, and then due to the fact that you find out later in the movie, spoiler alert. So again, if you're watching this and you're like, hey, I might want to go check this alien abduction movie out, and you don't want to know the plot twist, which isn't really, I mean, you kind of get the feeling of what's going on before you get there. You just don't know how.
Exactly.
As a child, about 10 years ago, she murdered her best friend with a fucking rock to the head over a disagreement, and everyone hates her.
It was wild. Like,
what up, Allison?
Hi, Allison. It's like, obviously you knew that Bryn did something to Maud. Like, you knew. We just didn't know how. And it was all just building up to that. And I was shocked. I was not expecting a disagreement between the two, like, teenagers, barely teenagers, and just popped her because she pushed her.
It was also kind of ironic because, like, this girl just, like, kept stumbling into murdering aliens on accident, too. Just kind of like she murdered her best friend on accident. And, like, yes, she swung the rock and hit her, but she didn't hit her with the intent to kill. Like
Yeah.
she
Well,
mad and
the
swung.
first alien she didn't mean to kill. The other ones she did.
What?
The one with the broom in the bathroom or the mop.
Okay,
That
yes, that one, but not the first giant alien.
the one that she set on fire in her car.
Okay, she lit the car on fire and blew it up, but she got it trapped in the car on accident to do that. Like she kept stumbling into these situations. Same thing with the broom. Like he grabbed the broom and broke it, and then she had a pointy stick, and all she did was stab it in the shoulder. To be fair,
But then hit it, smashed its head with the cupboard door, which
and
brutal.
It still moved, and then she jumped out of the window to where all the UFOs and other aliens were. Outside
Yeah,
where she was trying to avoid because like there were tractor beams and shit.
dude, this movie. I was like, oh, well, Matt wants to watch another movie. Sure, I'll give it a go. Not what I expected in any capacity.
And the movie ends with her after the aliens see what happened to her and what she went through, deciding that she's okay, she can live on Earth, whereas every other person on Earth has a throat friend.
Why do you have to say it like that?
How else do you describe it? Like they all have like a little alien spore inside their throat that is kind of controlling them. She had one, but she fisted herself, got that shit out. She has no gag reflex, ladies and gentlemen. She put her whole hand down there and got that shit out.
It was like
and,
this far.
Yeah, murdering your best friend or not, that's the kind of girl I want to date. So
Jesus Christ. Hi, Will.
What up, Will? I'm just saying, like, if you can fit like your whole hand,
I get it. I understand.
Talent.
Also, I will say, movie was beautifully shot. Everything about it was beautiful. Like her, like obviously, again, minus aliens and murdering your best friend and that kind of stuff. Her house was like beautiful and like aesthetically pleasing to me. So I would love to like just have a house like a little bit away from everybody, but, like close enough to stuff, and just like that's a dream. So I really liked her house.
Close enough to ride your bike to town where everyone hates you and the sheriff's wife spitting in your face because it's the mother of the girl that you accidentally murdered 10 years ago as a child.
Yeah, just girly things.
And I mean, clearly she's fucked up. Like she's A, kind of like hiding from everyone. B, she has an entire village of birdhouses inside her home that she has that lights up and do shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then lastly, she is writing notes to her dead friend and then hanging them up in the spare bedroom of her house.
Yeah. Like that, I mean, it's trauma, it's PTSD, and obviously, like, she didn't get help for it, and nobody wants to talk to her. So,
no one will save you.
Bro, no one will save you. The aliens kind of did.
Well, yeah, no, they helped her, like, heal. They helped her kind of forgive herself. And through forgiving herself, she was able to just have a happy life and dance with aliens with throat friends, or humans with throat alien friends.
Yeah.
To the close of the movie. It was not the movie I was expecting. It wasn't, I don't know. I was just, it threw me off for sure.
Yeah, definitely threw me off. But I think it's Caitlin Dever is the actress. Yes. She's phenomenal. She's so good. Because, like, you usually just see her in, like, comedies and stuff. Like, she was in Booksmart, which is a great movie. But, like, see her in that to this, it's incredible.
I agree. I really enjoyed her. I was really looking forward to and expecting because I originally, so I sat down and I was going to watch this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to watch with Zoe because I'm like, oh, it's a PG-13 movie. Like, it shouldn't be too bad. It's, whatever, should be fine. And then I was thinking it was going to be like a home invasion movie. So then I'm like, oh, Kate might like this. Or no, I didn't want to watch with Kate because that, like, the strangers shit freaks her out.
Yeah.
So then I wasn't going to do that. But then when I got to the part to where, like, the alien was in the house, but you didn't see that was an alien yet. And I thought, like, it was a demon or some shit, the way it was, like, poltergeisting furniture around and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Kate actually might like this. I'm gonna wait to watch it with her. And then we got busy and shit happened and it didn't happen. So I ended up watching it without her. And then I found out it was aliens and shit. I'm like, well, Kate is not a huge fan of alien abduction horror movies, so she probably would not have enjoyed this. But you know, I was really looking forward to just like nice girl at home with some problems, murdering people, trying to murder her in her
Well, yeah.
countryside manner.
Again,
Not
it's a beautiful
aliens
house.
trying to get inside her throat. And not in the fun way. I mean, kind of in the fun way.
Not in the fun way.
Listen, I don't know what those aliens are into. I don't know if that's the fun way for them or not.
Also, why are some of them like? There was the one that was like really small and like kind of jacked and like didn't really have legs, and then there's like the really creepy tall ones that are super skinny and have like pointy hands. I like the normal looking aliens, putting it in quotes.
Well,
I mean, they're kind of cute.
You've got all sorts of people. You gotta have. Not all the aliens can look the same, Katie.
Okay, well, most do in most adaptations of media. Oh,
That's
big
the
words.
problem. Is that most adaptations of media only have one race of aliens, and that's kind of fucked up.
Well, I guess this technically was all one race. They were just different.
Well, I mean, we're all mankind, but we're all different. And you know, there's a tall race, and then there's the tiny angry race, and then there's the average race. I guess I don't know, like the medium, the middle ground. You know, not tall and skinny, but not tiny and angry.
I'm the tiny angry race. That's me. Hello.
Yeah, because that one was just trying to eat her fucking face.
That one was so aggressive. It's like, take it. That's the one that got his head smashed.
Yeah. So.
For good reason. He wouldn't leave her alone.
All right. It was. Just not what I expected. It really fucking threw me for a loop. And then, because like, that's why I was even like, yeah, we'll talk about this. I mean, Katie will like have fun talking like Home Alone-ish shit. You know, like I'm home alone and someone came to my house and then I murdered them. That was not. I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm wondering how Katie's taking this movie after I was just like randomly, hey, watch this real quick. You know?
And I did watch it yesterday.
So
before I did all my shit. So
all right. WWE Chamber of Horrors on YouTube.
Yes,
so this was perfect for you because your favorite female wrestler of all time was featured in it. It is hosted by Shotzi Blackheart and Scarlett Bordeaux. It features WWE wrestlers. They take these wrestlers to haunted locations and do investigations. This was the old prison, I believe is what it was called.
Jail.
The old jail.
Yeah.
Dom and Rhea were the guests. So I have issues.
Okay.
First issue was on me. I watched it on YouTube on my TV and I didn't log into my YouTube account. So every 3 minutes I was getting ads and it was driving me insane. For 25 minutes, every 3 minutes there was an ad, and it was either like I could wait 5 seconds and then skip it, or I had to watch like the full one and I could skip the next one, or I just had to watch all the ads. So I'm like, come on. It really fucking up the flow of the show. Like,
it's disrespectful.
Every 3 minutes in a 25-minute show, is that really fucking necessary, YouTube?
It's not.
I'm guessing you're talking Chamber of Horrors and not No One Will Save You.
She could be talking about both.
She could be talking about both.
Yeah,
so that is an issue I had right off the bat, and that is nothing about the show. But how did you enjoy the paranormal investigation?
It's not bad. I mean, it's kind of, I want to say it's like what I expected when they said it. I didn't know like how long the episodes were going to be or anything, but I mean, it's kind of it's like Ghost Adventures, which I watch like all the time.
Yes and no. So I think Scarlett and Shotzi are great. Yeah. Dom and Rhea wanted none of fucking being on that show, and they were attached to each other's hips. Like,
they were scared.
Yeah, no, the ghost shit. Yeah. but no, they were attached to each other. Like I'm like they kind of feels like you guys are in a little bit of a relationship here. Like Rhea was even leaning on Dom's shoulder, and of all the people in Judgment Day, that is not the person I'd go to protect me in this situation.
No.
Neither here nor there. He is officially prison Dom now. He has been in the old jail. It was a prison. He is now prison Dom. He has spent some time in prison.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they were not having any of it. Dom kept saying, I think I'm going to leave. I want to go now. All this shit. For a first episode, though, I kind of wish we got a little bit more of Shotzi and Scarlett's kind of like why we're doing this, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Because there was a lot of like Charlotte sitting in places and talking about feeling energy and blocking energy. And I want to know how she knows about all of this, how she knows, like, am I just supposed to assume because her character on WWE is kind of like a medium that she is a medium? Like
yeah, I know what you're saying. Like,
I needed a little bit more explanation.
We need lore.
Yes.
We love lore.
Like, I know Shotzi's just in it for fucking fun because she was just there all happy and giddy. I also need like info on the technology that they're using. Because yeah, I know a lot of it, like the fucking little fucking spirit box and shit. Yeah. All that's used in other shows, but like they had apps on their phone. And like I need to know about I need to know about like where did you guys find this? How do you know it's reliable? Like I need info on where some of the shit came from. Because at least in like Ghost Adventures and shit, they do explain that stuff. Like, hey, this is what a REM pod does, and this is blah 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 blah. They did a little bit of that, but not like I said, they've got fucking apps on their phone that are translating what the fucks the ghosts are saying. And then there was one point where she didn't even have it on. It was picking up white noise and shit. She's like, I don't even have this thing on. It shouldn't be working, and it's working. And it's like, I need to know more about your equipment and your background in paranormal investigations. Like, where did you go to paranormal university?
Is it right next to Chase U? Are they like
probably that, or it's just a class you can take? It's a class you can take.
Oh, I wish.
Credits transferred from Full Sail.
Amazing. I do kind of wish the episodes were long, or hopefully the episodes are longer.
Yeah.
Because that way, if they're longer, then we can get all of that, and they're not trying to like cram everything in.
That. Like I said, Shotzi and Scarlett were fantastic in their roles. I just need to know like where they kind of got all this information and how they got into this and blah blah blah. Like a little bit more about them and what they're doing. Episodes need to be longer, and I wish it was on Peacock, so you don't have to deal with ads. Period, because I'm not paying YouTube for that. Because half the time I don't watch videos that long on YouTube, but I will watch them. And as we go, hopefully we'll get some more willing participants that are a little more into the spooky than Rhea and Dom were.
Yeah, which I mean, like I get it. It's not for everyone. But did you see that? I want to say it was Shotzi who posted it. That Zelina Vega apparently watched and found that like Dom's hair was moving at one point.
Yeah.
Like I love when that shit happens.
Then there was the growl in the background that Dom heard.
Yeah.
And they were freaking out about that. They were saying everyone's name, and Shotzi's like, I was feeling really left out. I'm glad someone acknowledged me. Like,
me.
There was some very interesting shit, but this, like you said, Ghost Adventures, right? Like I feel like there's a lot more explanation of like what the location is and about and the history of the location than what we got. This just felt like they cut up all of the, hey, we got some activity stuff and put it together. Whereas, like you said, if it was a longer show, it might flow a little bit better. We could get a little more information about the location and them and all that stuff, and then it would be a great fucking like a fantastic Ghost Adventure show. That's kind of what we need, and it should be on Peacock or on the WWE whatever on Peacock, like
the WWE whatever
hub, I guess. I don't know.
No, no, we're on a different hub.
Well, we're on the hub, but there's a WWE hub on Peacock that isn't the hub.
There's too many hubs.
There's not enough hubs. Especially for what we do.
Well, okay. Sure. Well, yes, because things might be happening.
I agree. So the next one is going to be Karrion Kross.
Oh, is it?
Yes. Scarlett, I follow Scarlett. She's been posting little like on Wednesday, blah blah blah, and tagging Karrion in it. And there's clips of him in it and blah blah blah.
Okay.
So he's going to be the next one. I feel like being married to Scarlett, who is clearly I don't know how or why, but very in tune with speaking to and dealing with ghosts. He's going to have a little more of a open mind and experience to all of this than
Oh yeah.
chicken shit Dominic Mysterio and Rhea. Though I will say, like the little story that Dom told about like going and hiding under a table and having a conversation with his dead grandfather who died before he was born, and then coming back and telling his mom like how this dude died, or uncle.
Yeah.
So I think it was uncle.
Yeah, uncle.
And without ever meeting him, and like the car that he was in and what kind of car it was and all of that was kind of cool.
Yeah. That's because paranormal shit happens to a lot of people, whether they know it or not. So if we're gonna get like a different wrestler every week, obviously that's what's gonna be happening. And then we get like little stories about paranormal shit that's happened to all of them. I'm down.
Absolutely. We also got a ghost or a spirit telling Rhea to get up out of the jail cell that they were sitting in at one point. Like
The
leave. And
disrespect.
she's like, yeah, no, cool.
She said, all right, I'm out. It said I gotta go. Which, as long as you're respectful to the ghosts and the spirits, it doesn't matter.
Scarlett and Shotzi tried very hard to get Dominic Mysterio into one of the cells, and he's like, no, I'm gonna stand in the doorway. I'm good here. Listen, I don't care what the situation was. If those two asked me to join them in a small room for anything, seance, opening a gateway to hell, I'm in. I don't care. If this is going to be my last moment on this earth, I'm going to enjoy it with those two women.
Go out with a bang.
Hell yeah.
Wink,
sacrifice
wink.
Me.
Jesus. Sacrifice me.
That's what you need. Like,
I mean, I'll be a human sacrifice. Guys,
exactly,
I'm
right?
ready.
Yeah, come on.
You're right.
But yeah, outside of the length of the shows, which I agree, and just because of the length of shows, the lack of kind of information that I feel like we could have used about locations and everyone else. Like you said, it was very much Ghost Adventures. It was fun. There were some cool, like you said, like the bear, which I've never seen in a Ghost Adventure show before, or any Ghost Hunter shows. So they've got like this bear, and the bear reacts to any sort of like motion. Like, so if it touches the hand, it says a certain phrase saying that something's touching its hand. And there was like a scene about that. And apparently it can detect temperature changes and all these things. And
yeah, like where the fuck should I get this bear?
Yeah, they were just talking about it like it was this regular, like the Ghostbusters had this on every mission. And I'm like, I don't remember there being a bear there to help them find the ghosts.
I ain't never seen a bear like that. Never.
Is there anyone, because you I think we've seen like Kayla Braxton said that she's on an episode after it was kind of announced. I know Karrion Kross is on the next episode. Is there anyone that you want to see on an episode?
Ooh. That's a great question. I don't know, for some reason I kind of want to see Bailey. I'm interested to see how Bailey would react to that kind of stuff. Oh.
The Miz.
Oh my god. Mike would lose his fucking mind.
I know.
Oh my god, Dexter Lumis. He can talk. He'll be able to talk.
Okay.
Maybe.
Like, I don't know if I'm down for even another 25-minute show of someone just not speaking the entire time.
Well, they were speaking just to each other, being like, we gotta go.
I was talking about the movie.
Oh. Okay.
The hour and a half movie of someone just saying, I'm sorry, Maud, I'm sorry. And that was it.
I mean, it's fine. It made you focus more on the movie instead of what was going on.
It really did. Like, you couldn't tune out and just listen to what was going on. You had to pay attention because there was no dialogue.
Exactly. That's why I like Hush.
Fair. Miz, Bailey, Dexter Lumis. I think like Xavier Woods and Kofi would be fun.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Or Biggie. I mean, he can do paranormal investigations even though he can't wrestle. Like,
All three of them. I want the
yeah.
entirety of the New Day. That'd be so funny.
R-Truth.
Yes.
Could you imagine just him like trying to talk to little Jimmy?
Oh my god. That'd
And
be
acting like he
great.
showed up for a different show. I like what was the prank show that they had on the network?
Swerved.
Yeah, he's like, I'm here for Swerved. And it's like, no, that's not what this is.
No,
And like the
truth.
whole time he thinks that this Ghost Hunter show is just them doing Swerved.
Swerved.
That would, yeah.
They're listening. Do it. We know you guys are tapped in always. That'd be hysterical. I'm trying to think of anybody else. I don't know. I can't think of anybody else off the top of my head.
I mean, I don't know how it works, but like Malachi Black and Zelina would be good.
Oh together. Yeah, that would be cool if they could just like be like, it's not really like a WWE thing, and just have anybody on. You know, have Abaddon on.
That'd be fun.
That's 3 of your women right there.
It's all together. 3 of them together. Wow, I don't know what I do. I'm debating. So we do the show every other week. So seeing as it's only a 25-minute episode, I think in 2 weeks, depending on what the topic is, maybe we cover 2 episodes. See how we're feeling about it after. You know, we'll give it a solid 3 episodes to see if it's just going to be the same thing over and over and over again, or you know what I'm saying, without like the info. Or I'm assuming it's going to be 25-minute episodes, and that's where it is. But see if like we kind of get into a groove, or if they start explaining stuff a little more, because again, it's the pilot episode, it's the first episode, like so it's not like I hopped on a podcast and sat down. My first episode was the greatest thing I ever put out, and I was just good to go from there.
No, first podcast I ever did was a goddamn disaster.
You gotta settle in.
Here we are 3 years later,
6 years later.
All right, brag.
Just saying.
Whatever.
All right. I want to thank everybody that is joining us over at youtube.com/creation world. If you are watching us there, it is free to like, to subscribe, to comment. If Will was here, I'd ask him what that means, but he's not. But Katie knows what it means. So, Katie, what does that mean?
It boosts the algorithm and helps find new listeners.
And there's a little notification bell we like to call the bean, and we want you to flick that bean and get notified every time we go live, whether it is every other Sunday for Getting Off, Saturdays for Smacking It Raw, Monday through Friday, including tomorrow with me and Katie at noon for the Creation Conversation, or anything special we might drop, like, I don't know, a podcast about video games at some point.
Crazy.
Like Mortal Kombat, maybe, just spitballing here.
Just
be
maybe
something. If you want to know when that drops, you're gonna have to be notified, and to get notified, you're gonna have to flick that bean. So hit that notification bell and get notified. You can also be watching us, like most people are, over at twitch.tv/creationworld. And if you are watching us there, we will appreciate you as well. If you have Amazon Prime, you have a Prime Gaming account. Attach your Prime Gaming to your Twitch account, and you get a free sub every month that you can give to your favorite Twitch streamer. Katie, who should their favorite Twitch streamer be?
You.
I appreciate that. It could also be her, and we do need to get her up to where she can accept subs. She's been denying subs left and right. We're trying to get her to accept subs, but you know, if we can get her Twitch numbers up, then she won't really have a choice at that point.
This is true.
There was a whole army of them, and she wasn't about it.
The army disappeared. I don't know what to tell y'all.
It is what it is.
The army's gone.
He's a loser. He's also here, and it helps the algorithm.
There we go.
Not here, a loser. I just didn't hear. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I got y'all.
Also, you guys could be checking us out over at patreon.com/creationworld.
You got it?
Yeah, have it in the Getting Off stuff. There, you can you can like and pay us $1. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
If you like us, you should pay us $1. For that dollar, you get 2 shows, Return to Wrestling and Multiverse with Travis Amara. The most recent episodes are out. It's Super Brawl 1998. Travis and I covering WCW in the lead up to and including Super Brawl 1998 and Batman's Long Halloweeny. Travis Amara talking about that over on Multiverse. They do animated DC films. Travis and I run through WCW. Also, at the end of that, we have a little question for you. We want to know what you guys want to see when we decide to end our WCW run, where you want to see us go. So if you check that out, make sure you at Travis, at Lord_Cusselot, or at Matt Ritter, or leave a comment on the video and let us know what you'd like to see from us once we kind of conclude our run in WCW, and get sick of watching it when it gets really bad and it's kind of clear that WCW lost the war. Also, there's another tier there. And that tier, if you click the button on the patreon.com/creationworld right there, it'll show you the tiers and all the different things we offer. That higher tier offers everything that I just mentioned, but it also offers ad-free versions of our podcast. If you're like, I hate ads, kind of like I was when I was watching the fucking YouTube video for WWE, it was driving me insane. And you're like, I'm willing to pay not to have to watch these because I love the show and I want to watch it enough. You can throw us a little bit of that money and you can get the show ad-free. However, if you are watching us live, we have awesome sponsors. We want you to support those sponsors because they're, for dildos and dog food and energy drinks. And who doesn't need all of those things?
Sure.
Okay, do you have a dog?
No.
Do you have a cat?
Not anymore.
That's sad. Okay, moving on. Do you like energy drinks?
I do.
So 2 out of the 3 things are useful to you here?
Yes.
Okay.
Just 2.
You could get another dog or a cat, another pet, and then you could use the promo code as well. But here's a word from our sponsors.
Spice things up in the bedroom? Then it's time to check out Adam and Eve. Because you see, Adam and Eve is the leading adult toy store that offers a wide range of products to help you explore your sexual desires. Whether you're looking for something to use solo or with a partner, they have everything you need to satisfy your cravings. From vibrators to lingerie, bondage gear to lubricants, AdamandEve.com has it all. And the best part, you can shop with confidence, knowing that all their products are of high quality and backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. That means whether you bought a dildo, sex swing, penis ring, vibrator, anal sex toy, bondage toy, couples toy, lube, or accessory, you can get a refund within 90 days if you're not 100% satisfied. No questions asked. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Adam and Eve is giving you 50% off almost any item on their website. That's right, 50% off. And if you act now, you'll also get free shipping. So go to adamandeve.creationworld.com and use the offer code erotica at checkout. That's erotica at adamandeve.creationworld.com for 50% off almost any item and free shipping. Don't wait. This offer won't last very long. The link is in the description. Attention dog lovers. Are you looking for high quality products to spoil your furry friend? Then you need to check out dog.com. Because you see, dog.com is the go-to online store for all your dog-related needs. They offer a huge selection of dog food, treats, beds, and more. Plus, they have products for all types of dogs, from puppies to seniors and everything in between. And the best part, you can shop with confidence knowing that all their products are made with your dog's health and happiness in mind. Dog.com only stocks top-rated brands that you can trust, so you can rest easy knowing your dog is getting the best. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Dog.com is doing a big warehouse clearance sale. And all you have to do is go to dog.creationworld.com and you can get up to 80% off on all sorts of items like toys, treats, bones, harnesses, bowls, leashes, and anything else you can think of. So go to dog.creationworld.com and take advantage of this sale right now. Spoil your furry friend with the best products from dog.creationworld.com today. Link is in the description. Are you tired of feeling sluggish and unfocused throughout the day? Then it's time to try Dubby, the ultimate energy source. Dubby is a powerful, clean energy drink that is designed to help you stay alert and focused no matter what life throws your way. Whether you're a student, a busy professional, an athlete, or especially a gamer, W can give you the boost you need to take on the day or the night. It also contains important aminos and vitamins that canned energy drinks simply don't have. And the best part, W is made with high quality ingredients and is completely sugar free, maltodextrin free, and is keto friendly. So you can enjoy the energy boost without any of the crash, jitters, or angst that comes with traditional energy drinks. Simply mix W with water and you'll have a delicious, refreshing energy drink that can help you power through your entire day. And with a variety of flavors to choose from, including Galaxy Grenade, Beach and Peach, and Dragonade, you're sure to find one that you love. So go to w.creationworld.com and order your W today. And for a limited time, use code Creatia at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's Creatia at w.creationworld.com for 10% off. Try W today and feel the difference. The link is in the description.
So whether you're walking your dog or taking a doggy style, W is there to help get that energy back up so that you're not worn out after vigorous exercise. Dog.com is there to help you with all of your dog walking needs, and Adam and Eve is there to help you with all of your doggy style needs and any other position you may want to get into, try, or help. Travis always likes to say, don't be afraid to, use supplements and make sure your partner enjoys it. And that's a message that we promote here. Like everyone should have fun. It shouldn't be a selfish thing, and it never hurts to reach out for some extra aid in pleasing your partner.
Yeah.
In different ways. Now, not everyone wants to be pleased repeatedly over and over the same way every time.
Gotta spice it up.
Nobody likes missionary all the time, every night. Speaking of missionaries, The Nun 2. Like how I did that?
Damn it.
Like how I did that?
Oh, you're so proud of yourself.
I didn't even plan that. It just kind of happened. How'd you feel about The Nun 2, Katie?
I loved The Nun 2. I did only see it the one time. I did not go to see it twice.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
You
Or just
you were like, oh, Katie's gonna go see it another time.
Well, because normally you go see a movie like 3 times in theaters if you really like it. So now I'm curious to be like, did she not really like it?
No, I did. The only movie I've seen twice is Scream.
I don't know about that.
What do you mean?
I feel like there have been multiple movies you and I have talked about that you've seen multiple times in theaters.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I don't know. Scream 6 is the only one I vaguely remember going to see it twice. I couldn't help myself. It's so good. But no, the Nun 2.
Marital aids, extramarital aids.
God damn it. Nun 2, I really liked it. So, what'd you think? Did you like it?
I did. It was exactly kind of what I wanted going into the movie.
Yeah.
It was a follow-up to The Nun. If you don't know what The Nun is, again, if you haven't seen The Nun and you don't want spoilers, now's the time to, because this is a full spoiler review. Will saw Endgame twice and Black Panther twice in theaters. You went to theater twice to see that, or just overall? Because I can't think of a movie that I watched that I really have. It Follows. I've only watched once and I'll never watch again. But other than that, oh, like a unicorn.
What is going on?
I think Will's high. If The Nun was a prawn, what would it be called? Asking
for Will. I mean, you can still call it The Nun.
And in theaters. Marital aids and in theaters. Okay.
Oh, okay. There's a lot going on. But you liked the movie. This is what you wanted.
Yes. The Nun 2, Praying in the Rectory.
Sure.
Anyway, no, I enjoyed it. It was exactly what I wanted. So if you go watch our last episode, we covered the entire Conjuring universe, including The Nun, and we talked about that. And this was a follow-up to that. Now, I did not expect Sister Irene to stay with the church after, the events of the movie.
literally almost dying, but yeah, that's bold.
I have it in my head that somehow she leaves the church, fucks somebody, and then down the way we get
Lorraine?
Lorraine Warren. You're here for names, because as I get older, names escape me.
Well, I also love this fucking series, so...
My brain doesn't work, and I know the person, but the name just... I didn't used to have that problem. I think, did we have the discussion about how, like, I used to be able to name everyone that I've slept with, and now I can't remember half of them?
We have had this conversation
By
a few
name,
times.
yes. Anyway, that's not important. You guys don't need to know that list or how long it is. 25. So it was exactly what I wanted. I like I said, I didn't expect her to still be with the church. So to see like she became a full nun, and like now she's Sister Irene and all that, and she's got her little pupil following her around. She's like teaching nuns and shit and having a good time. Like that was cool. I'm very confused though by this movie, because we know that Valak is still in Frenchie come The Conjuring.
Yes.
So
yeah, that I've seen a lot of debate about that because obviously I mean these are spoilers, so that's not saying much, but like they get rid of Valak in the end and Maurice seems fine, but then the mid-cred scene is the Warrens, which is also apparently a extra scene they shot for The Conjuring 3 that they didn't use, that I just found out today. I was like, okay, I mean, that could have been useful to me without, that's fine. So this is either going to set up if they do a Nun 3 or more than likely The Conjuring 4, which is like gonna happen. Nun 3 is to be determined. So I don't know, like, are we just supposed to think that now Frenchie isn't like the person we see in that first movie?
Or does he get repossessed? You know, he doesn't learn his lesson. Because, like, so the whole thing is like Frenchie is just kind of like traveling around Europe. You know, Irene didn't leave the convent and fuck him like he hoped. So he's just kind of traveling around Europe. And he's also carrying a demon with him that is murdering members of the church in search of something. In search of the eyes of Saint
Lucy.
There you go. See, that's what you're here for. Which is actually funny because I'm Sicilian and it's the patron saint of Sicily.
Oh, okay.
So I took my mom, my sister, Kate, and I all went to see this movie.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was very reluctant. We got her to go. She got done watching that and she's like, this is some fucking bullshit because I'm going to the Vatican like in October. And she's like, I had to see all this shit. Yeah, like they're going mid-October. They're gonna go to Italy and she's gonna go to the Vatican and do all that stuff.
Shit.
So like she's like, now I don't want to fucking go on this trip anymore because you guys made me watch this. And she's like, and that's not a real saint, is it? And I'm like, oh, it is. And I looked it up. And I'm like, it's our patron saint. It's the patron saint of us, Mom. She's like, this is fucked up. This is some kind of message. I gotta tell your father we're not going to fucking Italy. I'm like, I think it's a little too late for that. I think tickets are paid for. That can't happen.
You guys are running out of time there.
Yeah. So that was a fun little aside that it freaked her out that much.
Oh, that's like, amazing.
I'm gonna be in the Vatican. I'm gonna see that fucking painting, and it's gonna freak me the fuck out.
She'll be fine.
So, but the eyes of Saint Lucy, are one of those holy relics, kind of like the blood of Christ. And Valak was using them to absorb their power and turn it evil to make herself stronger and kind of manifest herself.
Yeah, like basically become, not even become, but like have the, because they kept saying that like Valak was an angel at one point.
Fallen
angel. So if she had the eyes of Lucy, then that would restore her angel powers,
divinity.
This is like an episode of Supernatural,
kind of. So that was her goal. Now she has been defeated by two super sacred, like she was defeated by the blood of Christ.
Yeah.
There is no religious relic more like deified, like unless you could get some bodily fluid of God himself or herself, depending on how you look at it. Shout out to Alanis Morissette. Because God is God. God is gender fluid, and yet Christians have a problem with that. That's neither here nor there. God doesn't have a gender. Unless you can get that, like there's nothing better than the blood of the spawn of God, like the Son of God. Like,
Yeah.
can't beat that. So
No.
surviving that is one thing. And then surviving another set of super sacred religious, like a saint whose eyes got gouged out and then buried inside a church under the floor, give you super holy seeing powers.
Which, cool. Same. I got bad eyesight. I'll take that.
Right.
Valak is a cult leader.
I mean, it's the blood of the savior, not the savior's semen. Because Jesus is the savior.
I don't know why, but every time we talk about, or you keep saying like the blood of Christ, I just think of the Exorcist Believer trailer. It's like the body and the blood. That's all I keep thinking about on replay for some reason.
That. We'll be talking about that too. Believe you me.
It comes out 2 weeks. Next week. Something.
Next week. Yeah.
Next week.
Because it's my anniversary next week, and I'm trying to convince Kate to find some time to go see that during our anniversary weekend. So, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, let's talk about it. The goat demon.
Okay.
That was the scariest fucking thing I have ever seen in my entire life.
We just talking about that, Katie.
Who was talking about that?
I'm assuming him and Jaxpo. Or on his show.
Maybe. I don't know. No, that goat demon was fucking terrifying. That I didn't need all of that.
And that's so like Valak's the deceiver, if I remember correctly. Like the host of lies, all of these things. That's right.
It's like deceiver and then something of snakes and something. Yeah. She's a lot of things.
So I'm assuming that the goat demon was a manifestation, not.
I would assume so, kind of like how Crooked Man was in Conjuring 2.
Which is why I was like, why are we making a Crooked Man movie when Crooked Man was just the fucking nun?
Well, we're not getting it anymore, so it's okay.
No, but still.
No, yeah, like I would assume it's like that kind of same thing.
So there's a school for girls that Frenchie is gardening at, and it used to be a church that they converted into an all-girls school. There is a woman there whose daughter is attending there, a single mother, and the older girls kind of pick on her daughter a little bit, and they invite her into the part of the church that's been destroyed after bombings from the World War, where the head mother's child also died. So it's like definitely an off limit sort of thing. Yeah. And in there's a what is it called? Not painted glass, but
mosaic.
No, stained glass.
We were going
stained glass window. With a holy stained glass window, and in the middle of it there's a goat, and then they say, oh yeah, when the sun comes down, the light goes through the goat's eye and you can't move until he's watching you, and it's this game that the kids play, and if you move then the goat comes for you, blah 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 blah. Yeah. It's just a light reflection through the goat's eye making it look red, but it also is a way that whoever built the church marked the spot where the eyes were buried, which we find out later. No,
smart.
Some Indiana Jones shit.
Yeah.
So like they're picking on this girl, this and that, blah blah blah. Now she's afraid of the goat. All the girls in the school are kind of afraid of the goat. So then Valak like creates the goat demon manifestation to kind of torture them and keep them away while she's in there trying to get Frenchie to dig up the eyes and all this shit.
Yeah.
And she gets her hands on the eyes.
She does.
She gets really fucking big.
huge. Like big.
Like,
Amazonian type big.
If Valak, in and of herself, at normal size, is a flaccid penis, she's a grower, not a shower, ladies and gentlemen.
Of course. I mean, but you're not wrong though.
I know I'm not. And then obviously, Sister Irene is turned through faith wine in the wine cellar into the blood of Christ, because there's a whole discussion about like faith and people believing that the wine is the blood of Christ having the effect, and then her using the blood of Christ to defeat Valak the first time, and convincing her people who's kind of like, I don't know about all this religion shit, and I don't know about this whole faith thing, and I'm just kind of here because I have to be, but maybe if I hang out with you, you'll show me what I'm missing, sort of thing.
Yeah. I gotta say, Storm Reed, big shout out. She's had hell of a year. Last of Us, this, good for her.
Yep.
Killing it, as she should.
And she finds her faith. She believes that the wine turns to blood. The blood is used to defeat Valak. Then they get the eyes, and Valak is defeated.
Yeah, we'll put it in quotes because we don't actually know.
It almost makes me feel like the blood of Christ is kind of useless, because it is now twice that we've used the blood of Christ to vanquish fallen angel / demon that has not been vanquished.
Yeah, that's so like it's not very good, guys. You might want to think of another plan of attack.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it works in The Conjuring too. Well, no, it's not even the blood of Christ. It's just Lorraine. Lorraine's just a bad bitch. And she defeats Valak by herself.
Okay, so, and I've talked about this. That was so anticlimactic, though.
I know. I mean, I agreed with you.
Like, I know your name. Now leave. Okay, bye. Really?
Okay,
the
bye.
fuck? And we never really got the story of like how Valak got from being exorcised by the Warrens from Frenchie to the old man in England.
Oh yeah. So she must have just like had to have been around.
She's a homie hopper.
Valak is a homie hopper. We knew it. We knew it all along.
She's just hopping around from homie to homie in her little nurse or nun outfit. Which, man.
Hey.
What?
Take it easy.
What?
I see the look in your eyes.
Nurses and nuns. Those outfits are fantastic.
Nurses and nuns.
Two of my favorite Halloween costumes of all time.
Terrible.
You talked about the mid-credit scene.
Yes. The Warren's getting a phone call from which priest is it? Father Gordon?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like their guy, their go-to. Which, side note, the fact that we don't get to see shit from Father Burke, and they're like, oh yeah, he died of a disease. What the fuck you mean he died of a disease? He was helping Irene in the first movie, and we don't get to see him.
He also got buried alive at one point, and he had a rough time.
Well, if we weren't gonna if he wasn't gonna be like a main character, I would have liked to see Valak kill him in this movie, since she's killed off other priests.
True.
Like, she burned a priest alive in front of a little boy.
That was cool as shit.
That's how the fucking movie starts.
That was a really cool opening. And I love when they kick it off with a really good opening.
That shit had me shook. And like the magazines turning into Valak. It was so good. I love that shit.
On a scale of 1 to 5 altar boys, what do you give this?
Why is that the scale?
Because it's a religious movie. We're not Catholic priests, so this isn't fucked up.
I mean, it's fucked up regardless. I'll give it 5 altar boys.
5? See, I'm gonna go 4
That's
because
fair.
I got questions. Like overall, I enjoyed the movie. The jump scares are great. The magazine rack.
Incredible. It was like the painting, except better.
Yep, the goat chasing the kids around. The one time my mom audibly screamed is when they were running from the goat and they went into the headmistress's office, and like they
Yeah.
saw her there and she was dead and all that shit, and they climbed back through the vent, and then the hands come through the vent and grab her. My mom audibly screamed, so like, good on them.
So you might remember during the like trailers when they showed that scene, wasn't it Valak in that room, not like the head mother?
I can't hear you all of a sudden.
What?
Hold
Oh
on.
God. Oh Jesus.
Will, can you hear her?
I didn't touch anything.
You there, Katie?
Yeah?
Okay, now you're back. I don't know what the fuck happened.
I don't know. I didn't do anything.
So anyway, during the trailers.
Oh yeah, I was saying, I don't know where to stop. During the trailers, wasn't it Valak in that room, not the head mother mistress person?
I don't remember, but I mean,
I think so.
they do that a lot with trailers, where like they shoot a couple things, they put something in there, and it's not what's in the final cut of the movie. I know there was some, I forget what it was recently. It might have been something in Halloween where there was something I was really looking forward to that didn't make the movie, and I was like, where the fuck was that?
We talked about this.
Yeah,
It was something. It was Lori hiding in the house chasing Michael.
yeah.
That's what it was. And Will could hear us
So,
both the whole time, so it was you.
and my headphones, they might be low on charge. So
It might be low.
you're giving it 5 out of 5 altar boys. I'm giving it 4 out of 5 altar boys. On a scale of how holy terrifying this movie was. Anything else we didn't touch on, or final thoughts, or anything like that before we get out of here?
So it was something that I wanted to, since we did talk about the Conjuring universe last time, and I remembered that I wanted to take note of something and bring it up. Irene and Lorraine being relatives, this is all speculation for me, based off of everything we've seen, both being relatives of St. Lucy. It's the only thing that would make sense. They both have visions. Irene literally had to get said eyes from
and
everything.
They alluded to or straight up said that Irene was like a descendant of St. Lucy.
Exactly. And it would only make sense because she sees Lorraine in her vision.
See, they're related, and it's not just because they're actual sisters in real life. Like there's got to,
which
she has to leave the church and fuck somebody. I don't know if it's gonna be Frenchie.
Well, what year does the Nun 2 take place?
The late 40s, early 50s.
So then she wouldn't have to necessarily. She doesn't have to be Lorraine's mom.
No, I'm not saying. Regardless, to be Lorraine's distant relative, she has to fuck somebody, have a child. She can be Lorraine's great grandmother, but she's got to. Katie, there's only one way to procreate.
Listen, I wasn't thinking in that aspect. I was thinking of her just being like her mom. Listen, I'm just trying to figure out.
Though, I mean, when does the Warren stuff take place? Like the 70s?
Yes.
So if she gets knocked up in the 50s.
Okay, so Nun 2 is 1956.
Okay.
Conjuring 1. Please. God damn it. Hold on. 71.
All right.
Well, now I want to know what the other ones are. Conjuring 2 is 76 to 77. And Conjuring 3.
Yeah, there's still not enough time there for
81.
Irene to give birth. She at that point she'd have to be the mother of Lorraine, and there's not enough time between 56
Yeah.
and 71 for Lorraine to have been born, had a full life, met a guy, got married, got into all this shit.
Had a child of her own.
Exactly.
Which, I mean, I guess that also means that their daughter is a descendant of St. Lucy, too, then.
Which she talks to ghosts and has
Yeah.
the powers as well.
So
what are they, like cousins then? Or is like Irene her sister? I need answers.
I mean, well, we don't. So, like, not Lorraine. Irene says her mom had visions and her dad sent her away. We don't know what happened to her mom after she last sees her. So she very well could have went away, got better, got out, had a kid. Kid is Lorraine.
So they're half sisters.
That's my awesome theory about this. It's the only other thing that makes sense. But, like, they're definitely related, and they're definitely both descendants of St. Lucy. It is the only thing that would fucking make sense.
Interesting. And unless something happens to Irene, there's a good chance that Irene and Lorraine could meet at some point in this universe.
That's what a lot of people are speculating is going to happen in Conjuring 4, is that they somehow meet up. So, I don't know. Or the Nun 3. Again, we don't know if the Nun 3 is going to happen, but we 100% know Conjuring 4 will happen.
Well, as good as the Nun 2 was, I feel like I just need them to fill in the blanks, ladies and gentlemen. There are a lot of questions that seemed answered at the end of the first Nun, like, oh, yeah, well, Frenchie's carrying the nun around, blah, 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 that are now no longer answered and very confusing.
What if the Conjuring 4 is that? It's like the Nun and the Conjuring merging, and we get to see how Maurice, Frenchie, what people want to call him, ends up being exorcised by the Warrens. Someone give me a script. I'm in.
I need blanks filled in. Like, is there just still like, did Valak leave a little piece of her inside Frenchie, like a little baby that's growing? Did she impregnate him on her way out? Like, I need to know what's going on here.
Listen, I mean, well, last time it was just like a cross, an upside down cross on the back of his neck.
We're back on Horcruxes like we were last night. Like, is Frenchie a Horcrux, and he has to be destroyed?
Oh, poor Frenchie.
A little piece of Valak left inside him.
Honestly, if anything in this, well, I mean, they have all those trinkets that had stuff inside of them, and they destroyed that.
She's attaching herself to different things. She's splitting her soul. She's murdering people, which is how you do it. You know, she murdered all those priests. Maybe she's just putting little parts of her soul, and that's how she keeps popping up. Maybe like one of those trinkets was the fucking, like, maybe we'll find out like the fucking little the crooked man thing is, you know, one of the priests had it and they took it from there and it ended up blah blah blah, like maybe some shit, like, and Horcruxes. It's gonna be fucking Horcruxes.
I don't know how we have done it 2 nights in a row with wrestling and now the Conjuring universe. Everything is Harry Potter. Fuck yes.
But when we do it, it's not homophobic or transphobic.
Yeah, because J.K. Rowling can suck my dick.
There you go. I think that'll be it for this episode.
I think it's a perfect way to end it.
Perfect way to end it. Katie, please tell everyone where they can find you.
Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at KatieWrestling13, the link tree in my bio to get all things She Late Showcase, twitch.tv/She Late Showcase, and youtube.com/She Late Showcase, typically Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern. We also have a Patreon over there where you can see non-wrestling exclusive podcasts. The Law and Order one is up for September. Matt and I will be getting together for a a Halloween themed podcast. I'm not going to say what it is because
She hasn't even told me what it is yet.
I have a few ideas that I'll run by you. We got time. We got a little bit of time. But you can also catch me on the latest episode of Young Kings Wrestling when that gets dropped, because I was on there this morning.
Is there going to be a friend invited to this Halloween themed podcast?
We'll see.
That's up to you. It's your show. You guys can follow me on Twitter at either Getting Off for this podcast for your horror content, or at Matt Ritter, MATTRIDDER, hashtag Ritter over Riddle, baby, for your wrestling content, and on Threads, Instagram, and TikTok at Smacking It Raw, where if you go check out the TikTok, you can see Katie predicting witches cursing tag team titles in wrestling, which is very horror centric and Halloween centric. Witches and shit.
I mean, I predicted that. I might have predicted Conjuring 4.
And I deciphered that Matt Riddle was a fucking Horcrux and Drew McIntyre is a Gryffindor. And now we've also predicted that Horcruxes exist in the Conjuring universe, and that's essentially everything we're seeing in the Warren's room. They're all just
we just really love Harry Potter.
Yeah, various Horcruxes. For Miss Katie Kinsey Bebe, I'm the patron saint of podcasting, the Word Matt Riddle, and this has been your #1 horror podcast on Pornhub.